Hello, my crafty friends. This video today is not a tutorial. I'm going to tell you that right up front. It's really more of a thought process video. And it came about for two reasons. First of all, in August, Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations, she challenged her Facebook group to not buy any supplies, to have a spending freeze in the month of August, and to make a project every day with stuff you have in your stash that you're not using. And so that was in my head when I started my project for this morning, which I thought was going to be making the file folder journal cover that Tanya McGuire's made a tutorial of. And I'll link Tanya's tutorial for that journal cover below in the description box, because she's done a great tutorial on it, and that was what I was going to do today. And so when I got digging around to pull out my file folder to make that tutorial, I realized that the file folder I have is not the kind of file folder that she had or used in that video. And I thought about going ahead and trying to figure out a way to use this and do it in the method, that she did hers, which, she's making basically a journal. Let me just fold this to be similar. You cut off some down here, and then you fold it up at about 9 inches. Let me find the so I can see if I'm giving you so you can kind of see what it's supposed to look like and why I wasn't sure that this folder would work. Okay, and then you fold it here, and you've cut off some of this, so this way you have pocket going this way, and then this is your spine, and then you fold some of it in, which is where we come into a problem with this particular kind of file folder. You fold some of it in so that you've got a pocket over here, and then you fold this around to, which comes in a problem here. You fold this around to make your, cover, and it was really cute. But what I have now is something that doesn't work. You can see, because I'm covering up this, so I can't really use it. I mean, I could just leave it sitting there, but that seems kind of wasteful, I guess, to have these nice clasps on here and to not use them. Now, since I've already folded this one, I may go ahead and make something with it like that. But I just wanted to show you how this file folder wasn't made to do what Tanya did in her tutorial. So I was left with a conundrum. How do I use this to make a journal cover? That's what I was wanting to do today. I also had in my stash one of those sewing Better Homes and Gardens sewing books, and I had decided these were the pages I wanted to use in my book. Once I decided I had to use this, and the reason is because if you fold this like this, then you can put that right in there, which will be cool. Then you can take out each page and work on it and put it back in. I thought that was a great idea, but I wanted, to figure out how to make it into a journal like that. But the whole point of this is not how I made the journal. The whole point of it is that it got me to thinking I want to use this file folder to make me a journal cover, because I don't have the one that I was supposed to use for the tutorial. And so I came up with something completely different that I would have never come up with if I hadn't been on this spending freeze. I probably would have run to the dollar store or run to Walmart to see if I could find me some cheap file folders that were the right size. What I ended up with, though, is a journal that opens like this and opens like this. And it has a pocket here, and it has a pocket in here, and it's a cool little journal. But I would have never thought of this if I had been determined to go get what I needed to do Tanya's tutorial. Instead, I was determined to do what I could with what I had. And I had to cut these pages. You can see they're longer because of the way I folded it. I had to cut these pages smaller to fit in here. And so, of course, my thought was, okay, well, I want to make one that the whole page will fit. So I did a similar thing, but I made the whole page fit. The only big difference is there's no room here to fold this in and have a, wait, let me see. Yeah, there's no room to fold this and have a pocket, see? And then this is very short over here. It still works, and it's kind of an accordion style, but once this expands, you know, it will just be a spine like that. So there's an improvement here in that I can expand it easier than this one. This one's made to pretty much fit the pages I put in it. But that got me to looking around and digging around some more, and guess what I found? I found a file folder, the right size, like Tanya used in her tutorial. Of course, by this time, I'd already made two journals, or two prototypes, I guess, of a journal. So I decided, okay, I'm going to see what else I can do with this file folder, just because I'm thinking outside the box today. And I decided to make a zine with it, which I haven't, this is just a template of a zine that I made with the file folder. And I didn't cut very good here, so I had to mend it. And then over here, it kind of was fraying a little bit, so I had to do that too. But I thought, I could, if I did it after I decorated it, which I didn't glue it together because I do want to decorate it before I use it. But before I decorated it, I could put, sew a couple of pages in each of these junctions so that I would have a couple of pages in here and a couple of pages in here and a couple of pages in here. And I would still have pockets here and here and here and there, like you do with a zine. And so that was fun. And I'll work on that too. And then I decided I wanted to make something similar out of it to what Tanya did, but smaller. And this is not quite as big as a traveler's notebook. In fact, my inserts for it are number 10 envelopes that I cut off a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit here. So this one turned out to be, let's see, 9 inches tall by just barely 4 inches wide. So I needed my pages to be a little bit smaller than that. So I just cut them the right size, and I'm going to decorate these before I put them in too. These are the envelopes I got at the thrift store for $1 that I thought I was going to be sending Painty Papers in. And then we changed to a 6x9 envelope in that swap. So I had these papers, and I decided I would just use them for this project since I wasn't using them for that project. So I have this little journal that I'm going to be making. And then, of course, I went ahead and I made a template of the one that Tanya made in her tutorial. And I'm gonna make another one of these, and I'll probably go back and make templates of these because I like them. I think they'll be interesting to use. But right now, instead of the one journal cover I thought I was making for today's today's project, I end up with 5 journals here, or 5 things I've got to do. So for 5 days this month. My project is going to be decorating one of these journals and getting it to where I can use it as a journal. So, but I ended up with 5 projects when I started out to follow a tutorial to get 1 project. And that was because I had decided I couldn't go get those file folders, and I had to do with what I had. Sometimes having to do with what you have is not depriving yourself at all. It's like brain food because it makes you, do something different, something that you wouldn't have done. So next time you want to follow along with a tutorial, but you don't have what's in there, think outside the tutorial and come up with your own plan for it. This was a really fun project for me today, coming up with these different things that I'm going to use. And I had a lot of fun playing with these, but I wouldn't have had near as much fun. I would have just had 1/5 the fun if I had gone and bought me a file folder so I could do Tanya's tutorial. So sometimes tutorials are a starting point and not the project. And today that was the case for me. I hope that this short little video blesses you and makes you think outside the tutorial so that you can do projects that otherwise you would decide, well, I can't afford to buy that, or I can't go to the store and get this. Just use what you've got and figure out a different way to do something that you were sparked into wanting to do by a certain tutorial. Thank you, and God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Another quick thought. If you would like a tutorial on how I made these, this one has a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket here. And then these I've already kind of shown you. If you would like me to do a tutorial on how to make any of these, if you happen to have some of these kind of file folders you don't know what to do with, or you just want something, a little bit different, I'll be glad to do that. So if you want that, comment below the video so I know you'd like to see that, and I'll make up a template and make a tutorial on how to do these. But if nobody's interested in that, I don't want to go to the trouble to do that. I'll just enjoy making these journals for myself. So now I'm really through. God bless you. Bye-bye.